What's up, guys? Today we are going to review the Ed Brown Evo E9 lightweight 1911 9mm. Now, before we get into the review, I want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be doing another monthly giveaway this month, and this month we're going to be giving away another Ontario knife. Also want to mention the Amazon and Olight links down below. A lot of you guys ask me where I get all my cool tactical stuff. Most of that you can find in my Amazon store. So I want to mention a local homeless shelter in Ames, Iowa that I like to support. There's a link in the description, so if you want to donate, we really appreciate it. Now back to the review. It's the E9 Lightweight, the Evo series, one of the newest series from Ed Brown, a company that has been around for quite a while. It is known for making some of the finest quality 1911s in the world. This one in particular is meant for carry, specifically for carry. And like I said, it's one of the new Ed Brown series where they are going to be doing a whole bunch of new innovative stuff, like the slide and the red dot mount and the grips and magwell, which we'll get to here in a second. Now this 1911 9mm has a 4-inch barrel. That's a 1/4 inch shorter than the standard commander size. Also, it comes with two 9-round magazines, which is pretty sweet. So you got 10 rounds in your 9mm 1911. Let's get this out of the way here really quick. This is 27 ounces total, which is about the same weight as a Glock 19. So even though you have a metal frame, you're not gaining any weight. And as I said, the downside though is you're going to have 5 less rounds. The upside is this gun is going to be significantly easier to shoot and more accurate than your average Glock 19. Now I can't stress enough how light this gun actually is. Even though it has a full-size grip, it is extremely light and it feels very light in the hand, and since it's very thin, a single stack gun, it would be very easy to carry as well. Now one of the real selling points of this gun is the unbelievably small slide. As you can see there, oh look out. You can see how small the slide is and how thick that big fluted barrel is. And there really is no wasted material on here to add weight or add reciprocating mass when you're actually firing the gun. The other addition to this gun is that this is one of the new Ed Browns that actually come right from the factory with a red dot mount. Now they went with a Vortex Venom, which is an optic I've never tried before. However, it did work very well. Red dot on a 1911 with that single action trigger is almost like cheating. Now you can see that flush fitted recessed crown on that awesome bull barrel there, and that just looks phenomenal. And the fit and finish on this gun is also extremely phenomenal. You're gonna have these very uniquely patterned grips that add actually a pretty good amount of texture with a crazy good look, in my opinion. That just looks awesome. 25 lines per inch checkering. You're gonna have the Chen Gen 2 magwell, which is the best magwell on any 1911 I have ever tried. As you can see there, it's actually got a full fit while still being able to fit 1911 magazines. So you're not going to have that weird space where you're going to get caught up right there. It's going to have a perfect funnel, and it's perfectly beveled into the gun. It literally looks like it was made on the gun in one piece. However, I believe it's fit in there through the mainspring. So you can see there, even the flush fit mags work well, and your base plates, added base plates, are going to work well also. It's got the grip safety, and it's got the safety. Now, I personally don't love grip safeties, even though the 1911 is my favorite gun. But I deal with it if they're done well, and this has that big old memory pad on it, so it's easy to engage when you grab the gun and pull it out in case you have to use it. The safety in itself also is very awesome. Very tactile, very stiff, very sturdy, exactly how a safety is supposed to be, in my opinion. Front slide serrations right there, and it has a flat wire recoil spring, so no expense spared on this guy. Why would you get something like this? Well, first, you'd want to have some background with the 1911. This is not going to be a first gun choice. Like if you're going out and looking at the gun store and you're going to pick up your first gun and it's between Glock 19, a used Gen 3, or maybe an old school M&P, this is not going to hit the mix. This thing is costly, but again, for a reason. I would get this if you're looking for a carry/home defense pistol, because it would flex into both of those. I would use this for a plinking gun. This thing is a ball to shoot. I really have to admit. This is one of the contenders for me personally if I only had to own one gun. Like if you gave me one gun to use, I could use this for competition, I could use this for carry, I could use it for home defense. The only thing that would make it a little bit better for home defense would be a rail. However, that would add more space for carry, because personally I don't carry a weapon light, and I don't think most people do either. Now the reliability on this gun was awesome, but that was honestly as expected. 1,000 rounds for this gun with no issues whatsoever. I ran 25 rounds of critical duty, and I also ran, the majority of it was a Fiocchi 115, American Eagle 115, and I think that's it. I think that's what I used. No, I had some Cellar and Bellet in there as well, I'm pretty sure. Those are the three ammos that I generally use for reviews, so it's no surprise. One note on the reliability is that not only was it reliable, but the external extractor really threw that brass. My wife even commented how far the brass was going, and it was actually not like erratic ejection or anything like that. It was in a good pattern. Now the accuracy was amazing, especially for a carry gun. One of the more accurate carry guns you're ever going to find in your life. This pistol is guaranteed around 2 inches at 50 yards from a bench, but you have to actually do that with your hands, and the benefit of having a 1911 is going to be that trigger. As I always say, if you've seen any of my reviews, you know that the 1911 trigger is the best trigger in the world. And adding a red dot to that, basically the best pistol sighting system, you're going to get a very accurate gun. And as far as accuracy goes with the Ed Brown, it is absolutely amazing. From a bench, you can get 2 inches at 50 yards. However, with your hands, you can easily hit it 100 yards with no problem. And for a 27-ounce carry gun, that's extremely impressive. Kind of funny how much easier it is to hit with this than the other one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like this is like immediately on target, easy breezy. And then I miss.
Haha.
Whew, that is cold.
The wind is ridiculous.
So any situation you can think of, whether it be a mass shooting type situation or you just simply want to impress your friends at the range, this thing definitely has enough accuracy to do so. Now, as far as the shootability goes, it's not quite as shootable under speed as something like a full-size 1911, but it's also half the weight, so what do you expect, right? If you cut off a bunch of barrel and you lose a bunch of weight, you're going to get a slightly more snappy gun. However, it's not snappy by polymer framed 4-inch standards, let's say. If you're comparing this to a Glock 19, it's probably going to be just as fast, if not faster. I would say it's probably going to be faster simply because the trigger is going to be much quicker. The reset on the 1911 is extremely quick, which is why they use them for competition in the first place. So, like I said, even shootability is pretty phenomenal. Not to mention you can get a really good grip on this gun, much better than any stock polymer gun you're going to find because of that 25 lines per inch checkering, and you're not going to get your stomach rubbed raw because this stuff isn't extremely aggressive, but it's aggressive enough. It really is the perfect grip for a handgun, in my personal opinion. Now, all the controls worked really, really well. As I mentioned, the trigger was awesome. However, the slide release, the magazine release, you can see here, works extremely well also. One of the cons to this gun, ergonomically, I would say, is that it's a little bit difficult and takes a little practice to get a flush fit magazine inside a mag well. However, it can be done with a little bit of practice. I'm used to having base plates on mine, so when I'm doing a reload, I'm only slamming up to about right here. Now you have to push your hand all the way in, so that's more of a training error. However, the magazine release shoots the mags out really nice. Everything's smooth, everything's like butter, just like it's supposed to be. Very reminiscent of my Wilson Combat. Both of these are in the same price tier, so that makes a little bit of sense. The safety, as I said, is awesome. The red dot worked extremely well. And it doesn't come with a backup iron sight, however, well, it kind of does, because if you can see there, it's got those lines on the back of the sight right there. You could line those up with the flat black front sight if you really needed to make a shot, if the Vortex failed you in any way. I left the price till last so I could woo you with the gun, how beautiful it is, how amazing it is, how reliable it is, how accurate it is. But like everything else in this world, if you want something really awesome, you gotta pay for it. And the price on this gun is around $2,800. That is a lot. However, it is going to be less than your average Wilson Combat, which is their competitor. So if you're looking to get into the premium handgun 1911 world, believe it or not, Ed Brown is a little bit cheaper than usually competition like Les Bear or especially Nighthawk. So in my opinion, they're the same quality, same customer service, but they have a little bit cheaper price. Not a lot cheaper, but a little bit. Overall, if you want to get a gun that is maybe the ultimate carry gun, I had a Wilson Combat that was similar to this, the officer framed. However, it had some reliability issues where the Ed Brown did not. So take that as you will. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.